Hello, my name is Alex. I'm a patchwork nerd, and yes, once again I am coming at you from an odd angle with a mess behind me and no makeup. Really, this is gonna just be a rambly, odd kind of video, and I have reasons. Long story short, I'm starting to think that's my catchphrase. I say that in almost every single video. But I digress. Long story short, I was not even feeling like making a video today. I've been meaning to pre-record videos in advance with all the scripts that I've written and all the stuff that I have planned out, but things have just been kind of all over the place with me, both mentally and physically, because you might have noticed this is a completely different spot from where I usually record. This actually used to be my bedroom upstairs, and we recently decided, my husband and I, that we wanted to move the bedroom downstairs because that room is a little bit bigger and it's cooler down there. And yes, even though I'm in Minnesota, it does get rather hot in the summer. Case in point, I think it's going to be like 95 today. We've changed it over the weekend, and right away I am feeling such a big difference. Like, I am just drawn to this room in a way that I never was before. I finally feel like the bedroom is that calm, relaxing space that I needed to be, instead of being like this tiny little shoebox that I'm trying to get comfortable in. And the same with the office. Without a big bed in here, this is actually a big room. We've got a big open floor space, and I'm not going to show you the room right now because there's just crap all over the place because we're still settling in furniture and I'm getting my desk in order. I really went off on a tangent there, but the point of today that I wanted to talk to you guys about is about the idea of just throwing it out there and seeing what happens. And this isn't necessarily just advice for writers. This is something I feel like creators in general, creative types, can relate to. And that is, it's scary when you throw it out there, when you throw a piece of your work out there, if you ask for feedback, if you ask for a critique. It's intimidating, and that is one of the biggest reasons why I'm 27 years old and I still haven't published anything, is because when I was younger, I struggled so much with the idea of rejection, and I still to this day do, and the idea of not being good enough stopped me more often than I want to admit. It's caused me a lot of just issues with being able to create. And today I just randomly noticed that they were doing, I think it's mock pit. It is a pitch contest. And for those of you who aren't familiar, on Twitter there are pitch contests where you use a specific hashtag and you can pitch your novel concept to agents and editors for the chance of being able to query them. And it's a really cool thing, and I'm really thinking about doing some contests later this year once my novel is all ready to go. But today mock pit was going on, and that is where you can pitch a story idea, and it's not necessarily done or completed, but it's just a way to get feedback on your pitch itself and see what elements are missing from it and what you need to work on and what you're doing well. And I didn't have a pitch written for my current novel to market. I wrote a little blurb of a synopsis, but it's really messy, and I more just wanted to get something on my website instead of just having a coming soon thing. But I didn't have a pitch, so I just quick wrote a pitch in about 5 minutes and posted it. And I sat here staring at my phone, staring at my laptop, feeling awful, feeling scared, and feeling worried. And then, lo and behold, I get some feedback. And it was not negative, but it was definitely a critique of the things that I needed to fix. It wasn't somebody just gushing and glowing and going, this is the best pitch ever. It was honest feedback about the elements that weren't working in my pitch and that were working against it. And at first, I felt like crap. I felt like, oh God, I'm the worst writer in the world. I just wrote this terrible pitch and I put it out on Twitter for everyone to see, and now all my followers are going to see it and think I'm a hack and think I'm just this terrible writer, and why would they ever want to participate in Writer's Patch ever again, and why would they ever want to watch my videos again? And the spiral was just going and going and going, and I finally said, hey, stop. Let's actually write down their feedback. So I took out my notebook, and I've got it right here. I wrote down the pitch, and then I wrote down their feedback and highlighted the lines where they were saying there is something that needs to be fixed or there's something that needs to be adjusted. And I thought about it and I'm like, actually, yeah, there are some problems with this pitch and I'm gonna fix it. I'm going to fix it because I think you can try resubmitting it up to 3 times. I'm like, I'm gonna try again. So I kind of gave myself a little bit of a break. I took about 15 minutes and just kind of gave myself some time to cool down. And then I started writing the pitch again. I wrote probably 15 to 20 drafts of this pitch and I just kept changing it and tweaking it and tweaking it and going, okay, what are the things that I'm missing from this? What is the wording that needs to be changed? What do I need to make more clear? And by the end of it, I had written another pitch that I felt that was so much stronger than my first pitch. And I submitted it again. And guess what? There is still stuff I need to work on with that pitch. But I know that that pitch is so much stronger than what I started out with. It felt good. It felt satisfying that look at all the progress I made in only, this short amount of time. And the pitch contest ended before I could submit a 3rd draft, but I got more critiques and more things that I needed to fix. And I'm like, yeah, these are the next things that I need to make this pitch even better. And then I got excited and I'm still excited. And that's why I decided to turn on the camera and make this video, because I realized that the journey was half the fun. And yes, it's very scary being vulnerable like that and putting yourself out there, but you can't get better unless you keep tweaking things and unless you keep asking people for thoughts and opinions, because sometimes you get so stuck in your head, me especially, that you can't see the forest for the trees. You can't see what's missing. You can't see what you need to do to better yourself. I guess this is just my way of saying, if you are feeling stuck or afraid or just like that things aren't quite going the way you want, or you're feeling very vulnerable with your art, it's okay. That's part of the process. As soon as you can give yourself permission to have fun with the process instead of seeing it as this terrible beast that you have to slay, it's going to make it so much more enjoyable and so much more satisfying for yourself. So don't torture yourself if you're not at the place where you want to be right now. Instead, enjoy the journey of getting the chance to improve and to create. Because that's what we're all doing. We're all trying to create something, and it takes time and it takes a lot of practice. You can't be a musician and expect to just instantly be able to play the piano flawlessly unless you're, a prodigy. But most people are going to have to practice for hours and hours and hours and constantly be refining your craft. And that is the same for writing or any other form of creation. You need to give yourself time and give yourself permission to take that time and give yourself permission to give yourself a pep talk the same way I did. I was spiraling out of control, but then I took control of my emotions, because that's part of the battle too, is learning to take control of your emotions and learning to take control of that inner critic inside your head that just wants to tell you to give up. Instead, use that inner critic's feedback to help yourself improve. And I hope this helps you in some way, shape, or form. And I hope this wasn't too rambly. I feel like this was an important discussion to have, and I would love to learn about the things that maybe you're feeling insecure about, or the things you're feeling isn't quite where you want it to be. I would love it if you can leave that in the comments down below and to give me at least one idea of how you personally think you can improve that thing that you're worrying about right now. In my case, it was not feeling good enough with my pitch, so I started practicing and trying to figure out what it was I needed to do to improve that pitch. So I'd love to hear more about what you think you can do. Take this as a chance to brainstorm at least one thing that you can do to better yourself creatively and to help squash that inner critic in your head, or use that inner critic productively. And my camera just filled up with storage. That's the next thing I need to take care of, is I finally have set up my system for being able to use my brand new camera, which has been a long time coming. So hopefully in the next couple of videos, the video quality will be much more better, and hopefully I'll have my desk set up soon, so you guys can also be able to check that out. But I hope you guys are having a wonderful Monday and an amazing start to your week. Try to do something nice for yourself to start out your week. You totally deserve this. As always, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below, or you can also tweet me at Patchwork Nerd. Join me every Sunday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time on Twitter for Writer's Patch, where all of us writers come together to discuss really cool things. This week we are going to be talking about revising plots, so if you're interested in joining in on that discussion, again, join me at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time on Twitter, #Writer's Patch. Thank you so much to my Patreon supporters. You guys are so wonderful, and I so appreciate your love and support. And as always, just remember, guys, keep writing, keep laughing, and most importantly, keep encouraging each other. I'll see you next time. Toodles!